best weekend ever. Top of the morning to you laddies, my name is Jacksepticeye and I am back. I was in Boston over the last weekend. If any of you didn't know, I was over at PAX East, which was so damn cool. I left on the 5th and I came back yesterday, so I was gone for a few days. If you didn't realize that I was gone, then I did a good job, because I had videos planned and ready and uploaded and scheduled, and they were all going out over the time that I was gone. So if you didn't realize I was gone or nothing seemed different, good job, Jack. But yeah, PAX was so awesome. It was my first gaming convention to go to, like my first proper convention to go to ever. And it was my first time in America. And it was my first time going over to meet Mark, Bob, Wade, Yami Mash, all those guys. And it was the best experience ever. I really mean that. It was such a cool time because there were so many people there. And it really puts into perspective like how many people are on a YouTube channel, because we were there and there's like 20,000 people walking around. And that is a huge amount of people when you see it there in front of you. So to think like 3 million are on this channel, it's just crazy. But hanging out with all those guys was the most fun I've had in a very, very long time. Like, it's crazy because this time last year I could only dream about doing stuff like this. And here I was like sitting down with all these great people who I really look up to and still do. And I was just sitting there, like, eating dinner with them, or sitting around chatting with them and taking pictures with them and talking to them normally, like friends. And it was nuts, because I'm still a huge fanboy of all these people. And I was just, like, sitting there, like, this is happening. This is so cool. But on the outside, I was like, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. But especially meeting Mark. You guys know how much I love Mark and how much I've always loved Mark. If you go back and watch some of my earlier, like, reading your comments videos, or I did like a Q&A or something back then. You guys know how much I look up to him and how much he like influenced this channel. And he was the reason I started making videos, because he was like a guy who just did it for fun. Like other YouTubers I had seen were doing it as their job, and they didn't really connect with people. But he was the first person I had seen who like really connected with viewers and really like showed that it was all about fun and having like interactivity and everything. So it was so awesome to go meet him. And we ended up staying at the same hotel, weirdly. Like we didn't plan it or anything. I got there and I was like walking around, and then he like messaged me asking what hotel I was at, because we were going to meet up and have dinner. And it was like, oh, I'm staying at this hotel. And he was like, oh, I think I know it, because I'm in it. So I went back to the hotel and we met up and we all went for dinner, and it was, but PAX itself was crazy. Conventions are crazy. Like I said, I'd never been to one before, but getting there and seeing how many people were there, and like, as soon as we got there, people started coming up saying hi to us. Like, more Mark than me, because he's more, easily recognizable than I am, and he's like, more people know who he is or whatever. But like, people would just come up and form a line in front of him, and like, to get stuff signed, to get pictures and everything. And then like, some people here and there will come up to me, and it's nuts to think like some people said they came all the way to PAX just to meet me, which was awesome. And like, some people were really happy to see me and shake my hand and tell me stories, and it's so nice to see the faces behind the people who watch. And I got to meet such a huge variety of people as well, like old, young, male, female, all kinds of people, and it was so cool. Also, I'm sorry if you met me and my signature sucks, because people are like asking for my autograph. I don't even like saying autograph because it's terrible. It was the first time I ever had to sign stuff properly, like again and again and again. And I have no idea what my signature is supposed to be yet. I'm still working on it, so I'm sorry. You get like exclusive access to my first autographs. That sounds pompous, I'm sorry. But we got to do some signings. Like, Mark had his panel, Mark, Bob and Wade had their panel, and we got to sit in the front row, which was so cool as well. Just to like sit there and watch like a panel happen. Because I'm used to seeing just panels online in videos or that. But it was cool to just be there in the crowd as part of one for a change. Just any sort of panel in general. It was so cool. I felt bad though, because a lot of kids came up to the front row to me to like get me to sign stuff right in the middle of the panel. And I felt so bad for the guys on stage, because like it kind of like took attention away from it. So sorry, I didn't mean to. But after that, Mark, Bob and Wade had their own signing at like a table, and me and Yami Mash were kind of like just hanging out in the background waiting for them to finish, just in the area. And people like kept coming up and forming crowds around me and him to like sign stuff as well, because they capped off the line for the signing. So a lot of people who couldn't make it to that kind of came to the side and came over to us. So then, like, because we were blocking areas, people set us aside a table to go sign stuff ourselves. But Yami Mash disappeared, god damn it. He was supposed to be at the table with me, but he vanished somewhere. So I was put across and my own little table. I got my own little table to sign stuff, and like a line formed there for me, and that was cool. I'd never had anything like that before. Anything like that happened to me. So people who couldn't get into the Markiplier line came over to my line, which was awesome, and I got to meet a lot of cool people there as well. So thank you, anybody who came to that line. Oh, and I got lots of gifts. Look, it's a little Jacksepticeye. Yeah, isn't it so cool? Oh, it's awesome. I got loads of them. I got like this one is like plastic or glass as well. It's supposed to light up, but I can't really make it do it. Sorry, I think I kind of got messed up in my suitcase on the way here, but it's awesome. Also, we got a big Jacksepticeye. Woo! Like, all people made these and gave them to me, and somebody made a Jacksepticeye scarf as well. Isn't that awesome? Oh, I love these. Then afterwards at the Polaris booth on the last day, Mark and Bob and Wade had their thing on stage. We gotta go on stage for some of that. I hope there's some of that online somewhere. I haven't been able to find it yet, but I hope there is, because I want to see what it looks like, because I was terrified. There was a huge crowd out there, like, for Mark, Bob and Wade, and like, I was dragged up on stage and like, all these people like, shouting and cheering, and I'm not used to that. I'll get used to it. Just give me a few more conventions. But that was cool. And then we got to sit down, Yami Mash and I got to sit down with Mark, Bob and Wade as well to sign stuff all in a line. And there was like, I don't know how many was there, I think it was like 200 or something. And that was so cool as well. And I was like backstage signing stuff for people. It's awesome. It's so much fun. I'd never had an experience like that before in my life. And I was so happy to be part of it and so happy to be in the atmosphere and like meeting loads of people and seeing all these people. I don't mean to sound like I'm bragging, it was cool. I'm really sorry that I recorded like none of it. I didn't take out my camera once to record any of it. I was supposed to take loads of pictures, I didn't do that either. Because you have these intentions before you go about doing these things, but when you're there, you kind of just want to experience it. You kind of just want to see it, like, experience it through your own eyes first, rather than through the lens of a camera. I also got to meet JonTron, which was awesome. I'm a huge fan of JonTron as well. I watch all his videos. I've literally watched every video he's ever made. But he was like walking around and he was up in the Polaris lounge just hanging out. And I didn't want to go up to him because he didn't know who I was. So we went out to a pub with him, and Smooth McGroove was there as well. Some of you might know who he is. He's a super nice guy as well. But we got to like just hang out and like have drinks with them and talk to them. And again, I still feel like I'm very new to all of this stuff. That like, I'm still a very new YouTuber to the scene, and like, a lot of people still don't know who I am or anything like that. So like, sitting with all these YouTubers, like Mark, Bob, Shane from Did You Know Gaming, JonTron and Smooth McGroove, and I was just sitting there like, this is so cool. Didn't get any pictures of that either. I got one. It's up on Instagram, but JonTron wasn't in it. But yeah, that was so cool. Take a shot of whiskey every time I say something was so cool or so awesome. I really regret the way I said goodbye to everybody, because we went like for dinner, and me and Mark went back to our hotel after the dinner, so I had to say goodbye to like all like Bob and all those, or no, I had to say goodbye to Bob at the convention because he had to leave early for his plane, and it was just like a hug and like, oh, bye. And then I said bye to other people really fast, and like, I really regret the way I like said goodbye to Mark, because we were staying at the same hotel, so we were like going into the hotel at nighttime, and he had to leave early in the morning, so it was the last time I was going to see him. But like, we went into the elevator and there was another guy there, so it was just like, oh yeah, it was really nice meeting you, shake hands, and then like, elevator doors closing, like, hug, bye, like, talk on Skype, and just walking off, and I was like really sad, because like, I really wanted to like have a good send-off and like really make the most of it and like show how appreciative I was, because it was because of them that I was able to go, and it was because of Mark that I was able to like learn a lot of the stuff and like just go to certain places and get into certain like lounges and that kind of thing. So I really wanted to show my appreciation, and I completely fucked it up. I messed it up and I missed my chance, and I really didn't show just how grateful I was for everything, but hopefully he knows. It was really sad. Then I went back to my hotel room and I was just like sitting there going, I have to go home tomorrow. I can't like meet these people again tomorrow, and I had to like get on a flight and go back to Ireland. I couldn't meet you guys the next day either. Why am I fucking tearing up talking about this stuff? But I really regretted the way I said goodbye to everybody. What am I doing? This is stupid. Sorry. But I wasn't just sad because I didn't get to see those guys again. I was really sad because I didn't get to see you guys again. So many people came up to me over the weekend and talked to me, and like, when I went back to the hotel room and I was on the plane and everything, I was just sitting here thinking, I'm not going to get to do this for a long time again. It's going to be a while before I get to go to a convention again, so I was really sad, and coming back here and I'm just sitting here alone again. I really want to go back and just meet people and high five people and talk to people and sign stuff for them and take pictures with them. I'm going to make so much more. I'm going to make the most out of it the next time I go. Really and truly, I'm just going to go balls to the wall and just have so much fun. I did have a lot of fun though. It was the best weekend I've ever had in a very, very long time. Probably the best weekend I've had ever. And I'm so grateful. And it's because of you guys that I get to go do these things. Because you guys are here watching me every day and you've brought the channel to where it is now. Because of you guys watching and like the popularity of the channel now, it's because of you that other YouTubers know who I am, who the channel is, what the name represents and everything. So just thank you so much. I wouldn't be able to do these things if it wasn't for all of you. And I really am truly grateful. I hope everyone knows that. Like, when I go to these things, I know it sounds like I'm bragging in this video that I got to go meet these people and all you guys at home didn't get to, but hopefully, like, you just know how grateful I am for all of this. As I said, I'm still, like, fanboying over all these people, because I don't feel like I'm, like, a YouTuber of the same, like, caliber as some of these people. I hold them in such high regard, and, oh, my voice is going. I hold them in such high regard, and I keep telling people not to do that with me. But, like, I just love these people to death, and it was so much fun to hang out with them, and I'm really, truly grateful that I got to do that. But anyway, I'm going to PAX Prime later in the year. I'm saying this now. It's a certainty that I'm going there. When I was going to PAX East, I didn't give a lot of you a lot of time to prepare for it. It was kind of like, oh, I'm going to PAX East, and it was 2 weeks later. So I'm sorry about that, but this time I'm definitely going to PAX Prime. I know for certain that I'm going. All the other guys who were there are going as well. Well, most of them anyway. Some of them who weren't too sure are really trying to go. So we're going to be doing it all over again at PAX Prime. It's in August as far as I know. So tickets haven't even opened yet. So if you want to come meet me or meet some of the other guys, again, PAX Prime is happening. It's so much further for me to go than Boston. It's in Seattle, so it's going to be really hard to get there, and it's going to be a lot more work to get there, but I am going and I'm going to make the most out of it this time, and we are going to have so much fun. Now that I know what to expect from a convention, I know what happens at them, I know the type of people who are there, I know the type of stuff that goes on. It's going to be so much fun. I'm really going to have the best time ever there, and I really hope I can meet a lot of you guys there. So PAX Prime, put it on your calendars. If you want to come meet me, that's the time to do it. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, punch the like button in the face like a boss, and high fives all around. Whoosh, whoosh. But thank you guys, and I will see all you dudes in the next video. I uploaded my first few videos and I got a couple of hundred views, a couple of hundred subscribers, and things just kind of started rolling from there. I wasn't getting anything extraordinary, but it was a start. Okay, now hold on to your asses, because this is where things get a little... Man, it feels good to be back doing that. I didn't get to do that for like a week.